Hey, San Antonio basketball officials, Mark Villa here, the rate committee director. This is going to be a short video going over the new policy that we want to implement for the 2020-21 season. I'm going to go over the new policy. I'm going to show the changes of the new policy and then break down the new system that we're going to use. Please share this video with as many referees as you can. This will go live for a week or two. Please, any questions you have, send to your division reps. That will then get talked about in the board and sent back to me. And then I'm also going to do a live Q&A at a future date, which also will be sent out to you guys. And then we can jump on here and any questions you have. We want the general membership to have an input on the new ranking system. And we understand it needs improvement. So that's what I've been working really hard at, is trying to improve the system. So I would just want to share that with everybody here. I'm going to share my screen for you guys to look at, and we're going to dive right into the new policy. This also will be posted and a PDF file will be sent to you. So I'll go through this pretty fast, but you will have a copy to kind of read over it. But here's a policy statement. I'm not going to read through this stuff. Again, this will be emailed to you. You can take a look at. Just change some wording on the policy statement. The process is, which I'm going to touch on, is there's going to be two ways that you can be evaluated as a referee. If you're a three-person official that strictly does varsity games and playoffs at a three-person crew, you're going to be evaluated by DDR. I'll touch on that later. And if for everybody else that mainly does two-person crews that do not do three-person, we'll be doing some mini camps over the summertime. I'll get to that later. The criteria pretty much has stayed the same before. Those are the things that you're going to be looked when you are ranked, the the different criteria that they're going to look at, and then the ranking tiers if you're not in good standing. So that none of that has really changed. On the 100, we've taken out the percentage. I think before it said the top 15%. We ended up taking that out because that's misleading. I changed crew chief to referee for all assignments. Basically, a 100 is eligible to work any game in the chapter, any playoff game, any regional, any state game. They can work pretty much any game. All this is stayed the same as far as testing, scrimmages, work at least 25 games, attend meetings. The biggest change on this is going to be you don't have to get ranked every 5 years. This asterisk I will touch on at the end of the policy. And then you still got to work your 2 middle school games with a 500 ranked official. Here's the biggest change, is this 150 tier that we added. So currently, beforehand, we had a 200 and a 100. This is going to clear up a lot of miscommunication that happened this season. So a 150 is a new category. They are not state eligible, but they are eligible for regionals and below. So if you're a 150 referee, you're not eligible for state, but you are eligible for regionals, either a semifinal or a final. This is going to have the same criteria as the 100, but the main difference is that you are the referee for most assignments. The 100 is for all your assignments. Similar points as far as the 100. Once we get into our 200s, now you're not eligible for state or regionals. So a 100 eligible for state below, 150 eligible for regionals, not state, and a 200 you're not eligible for either one. You are eligible for just for playoffs, which will be going through the 3rd round. Once we get into a regional tournament, then you would not be eligible. This is going to be 3 years on this. You have to get ranked every 3 years. A 150 was 4 years. Again, I'll touch on that at the end. The 300 pretty much stayed the same. Same with the 400s. And again, you guys can go through this at your own pace. The asterisk is the committee has the discretion to reevaluate any official outside their rating period if performance falls before their standards. The committee is myself, and then Charlie James and Marvin Cobb. So this could fall under many things, but this could just be a referee that's having some issues in their season, getting a lot of phone calls from coaches, getting multiple scratches, whatever it may be, that then we need to go reevaluate that referee. So any point doesn't have to be within the period they're supposed to get ranked. For example, if you're a 100 referee and you're supposed to get ranked every 5 years and you're having issues in year number 2, then we have the right to go there and have you be reevaluated either by the committee or through DDR. All right. So again, take your time going through this. If there's anything that you'd like to change or any edits that need to be made or anything that's misleading, please get those over to your division reps. All right, so let's talk about the ranking system and the biggest concerns that we've had since we've been doing this for a few years. So I wrote some things down that were the concerns. I'm hoping that this new system will address all of those. One, the evaluators. We had a lot of issues with the evaluators that we currently had, either them being biased, possible conflict of interest if there's some friendly relationship between them, or a bad relationship throughout the season. So a lot those issues came up as far as evaluators that we use within our chapter. One was credibility, that we had possibly some lower tier referees evaluating some referees who felt that they were better or a higher tier. Number three was availability. We just couldn't get evaluators or rankers to be available during the season because they were just too busy with their own schedule. That led to very limited evaluations throughout the season. I think we may have got maybe 20 to 30 tops this last season because we just couldn't get rankers out there to evaluate. Another issue was the cost involved, that you'd have to give up a game fee at the GASO or a fall league. You go there and you give up your game fee to pay for the evaluators. And then the last thing was the one date, that we just had one date at a GASO or one date at a fall league, and referees just weren't available that particular weekend to be able to get evaluated. So those were some issues coming up. So I wanted to get into those and address them. So a big change on this one would be obviously number 2, about how we're getting away from the GASOs. So that was on there before. GASOs, summer leagues, fall leagues, camps, those are all going to be gone. We're not going to be ranking at the GASOs anymore. We're not going to be using our fall league. The fall league is going to be used for training and building other referees, getting them ready for 3-person mechanics if they're almost there or they're wanting to get into 3-person games. So now varsity referees, you're going to be ranked during the season. And basically what that is your game film, any game film that I find that I can get from a coach, that clip will be sent to DDR, and they will watch the game and they will do their evaluations. I'll show you the template here in a little bit, how that's going to look like. So you're going to be ranked during the season, not after the season or before the season. It's going to be between the months of December, January, and February. The first month of November, you will not be ranked. That's when you're going to get time to get back into the flow of things. We don't want to start it till December. The next one is our mini camps for our 2-person, which is typically our 400s and 500 referees. That is going to be conducted in the summer. In the summer, we're going to be using some summer ball to get those 2-person mechanics in, and we'll go over more of the process at a later date, but that's how those officials will be ranked. Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you are trying to figure out what DDR is. All right, so DDR, if you're on our Facebook page, it's Deep Dive Ref. It's a ton of NBA officials, also some college referees and some high school referees. They got great staff. They're going to be taking over our 3-person crews. Like I just said, the film will be sent to them and they're going to break down the film. For example, this is what the template would look like. This was our game, myself, Mac, and Jared. We had our game, our regional final game up in Cyprus in March. And I sent them the film and they were able to show me exactly what they will be doing for us. This is the type traveling position screening. There's 21 clips on here, as you can see. Here's the description of the play. And then if the call was correct, no call correct, no call incorrect, correct call, incorrect call, and it has a video to go along with it. So we have 21 plays with a description of the type, and if we got the play right or wrong, and then the video to support it. So I can just click on any of these, and then the video pops up, and then you can watch that clip and go from there. So it's really neat what they've done for us, and it's really easy to use. And the crew will get sent this, all the crew will get sent this. So you can look at your own plays. You can also look at your crew's play, and you can get on the phone call or emails, and you can talk about these plays. You can email the plays to your crew. I think it's just a really, really good tool. So this is the system that we're going to use for 3-person. This will be the template that comes through. Now, as far as the questions that will come with this, what's the cost? There is no cost. Our chapter dues went from $25 to $30 the last few years. That additional $5 was supposed to be used for evaluations. So that $5 that we increased, that is assigned to an evaluation, and that's where that money is going to go. So it's not going to be giving up a game fee. You're not going to have to pay for it for your evaluation, it's going to be taken out, that $5 taken out of your chapter dues. So the cost there. I went over the process. This will be a lot consistent. It's going to be broken down by NBA referees for the most part. Yes, I know a lot of you are thinking we are not NBA referees, and do they know high school mechanics? Yes, they do. They're very versed in that. I will help them as much as I can as far as ruling, but it's basketball. We have the best best referees in the world breaking down our film, and they're going to be going over positioning. They're going to be able to call selections, screening, coverages, mechanics, everything of that nature. If a rule situation comes up and they're unsure of it, then they're going to write that down. This is how we would handle it. I'm not sure about high school, and then I can help them with the rule, making sure that we're doing that correctly. All right. So again, I try to get this video done as fast as possible for you guys to understand. Again, we'll get more into the two-person mechanics at a later date, but you guys will be ranked over the summer. The goal is to rank anywhere from 50 to 75 high school referees per season, and the same anywhere from 50 to 75 for our two-person referees over the summer. And then if we can do that every, over 3 to 5 years, the entire chapter will be ranked, and then we just roll over and start again. All right. Again, share this video with other referees in our chapter. Questions will be sent to your division rep. I don't mind if you send them to me, but I prefer that you disperse them to your division rep. And then in a few weeks, we'll have another Zoom meeting. It'll be live where you can jump on here. And if you have any questions or concerns, then we can go ahead and do that. Thank you for your time. I truly believe in this system. I think it's going to be something that it really benefits us. It's going to change the culture, hold all of us accountable, and continue to be the best chapter in the state of Texas. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.